All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to uncover an ancient exercise, a really powerful solution that's been overlooked for way too long. It's designed to help you reclaim that stability, that strength, and the confidence that, aging can sometimes chip away at. And once you see it, you might just wonder why no one ever showed this to you before.
But first, let me ask you something. What do you think is one of the very first, kind of quietest signs that we're all getting a little bit older? Just take a second to think about it. It's probably not what you're expecting. Nope, it's not the gray hair or the wrinkles. It's weaker legs. It's that moment when getting up from a chair feels just a little harder, or when the stairs seem a bit steeper. Maybe your balance feels just a tiny bit off. It's a change that happens so gradually, a lot of us barely even notice it. Until, well, it becomes a real problem. And this quiet sign of aging, it's critically important. Because as you're about to see, your leg strength is the absolute key to keeping your independence for the long haul.
I mean, the scale of this problem is staggering. The CDC reports that 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 and over falls every single year. Just think about that for a second. One fall can completely change a life, leading to serious injury or even the loss of independence. And you know what the number one defense against that is? It all starts in your legs. In fact, studies show that leg strength is one of the single best predictors of long-term independence, even more than things like heart health or flexibility. When your legs are strong, you can move safely, your confidence goes way up, and your whole quality of life improves. It's not really about fitness, it's about freedom. So, if weak legs are the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's not some fancy high-tech machine or a grueling new workout. It's an ancient practice that, somehow, we've largely forgotten. It's called the horse stance, or mabu, in Chinese martial arts. And yeah, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like, a pose that mimics a rider sitting firmly on a horse, legs wide, knees bent, center of gravity low. It's all about building stability and power right from the ground up. It looks simple, but wow, is it powerful. This old saying just captures the philosophy perfectly. In traditional martial arts, your legs are seen as the root of all your power and movement. So, if your foundation is weak, nothing else you do really matters. That's why beginners would spend months, sometimes even years, just perfecting this one single pose. But here's the crucial part. This isn't just for fighters. It's for anyone who wants to feel secure and grounded in their own body. So let's look at the life-changing benefits you can get from the simple act of, well, standing still. This is really about a smarter way to train. Modern fitness is often all about speed and sweat, high-impact, repetitive motion. The horse stance is the complete opposite. It's about stillness. It's incredibly joint-friendly, and it builds that deep, foundational strength our bodies crave as we age, without all the wear and tear. And the physical benefits? They're immediate and so practical. You build real, usable strength for everyday life, like getting up from a chair without using your hands. You're actively retraining your balance, which is huge for preventing falls. You engage your entire core without the strain of a single crunch. And you protect your joints through something called isometric contraction, where your muscles work without actually grinding the joints together. But the benefits go even deeper than that. This stance supports pelvic health and circulation, which is vital for both men and women, but we almost never talk about it. Holding the pose actually calms the mind and builds mental resilience. It gently opens up tight hips, improving your mobility. And this kind of controlled, low-impact training can even help boost your hormonal health naturally. This quote from Harvard Medical School just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't about lifting heavy weights or looking a certain way. It's about keeping your world open. It's about being able to say yes to a walk, to traveling, to playing with your grandkids, all the things that make life worth living. Okay, so you might be thinking, this sounds great, but how in the world do I actually do it? Don't worry, you definitely don't need to be a martial artist. Here is a simple, safe guide to get you started right now. It really is this simple. Start with your feet about twice as wide as your shoulders and point your toes slightly out. Then just bend your knees like you're about to sit on a stool, and only go as low as feels comfortable and controlled. The key is to keep your spine straight and your chest up. Then just hold it for 30 seconds while breathing deeply. That's it. That's the whole exercise. And please, please don't be afraid to ask for a little help. There is absolutely no shame in placing a sturdy chair or a countertop nearby for balance support, especially when you're just starting out. Safety always, always comes first. And on that note, a very important disclaimer. While this exercise is generally very gentle, please talk to your doctor before starting if you have any of these conditions. It's always best to listen to your body and get professional advice.
Okay, this is where it all comes together. This is where your comeback begins. Because reclaiming your strength has nothing to do with your age. It's about making a choice.
Think about all the things that usually get in the way of exercise. This one simple stance just dismantles them, one by one. You don't need a gym.
You don't need any special equipment at all.
Which means, really, there are no excuses. You can do this for 2 minutes a day, while the coffee's brewing or right before bed. No prep, no pressure, just progress.
And I really want you to remember this. The horse stance invites us to just pause and reconnect with a power that's already inside of us. This is about rediscovering a strength you already have. So we end with this really simple question. You have the knowledge. You have the instructions. Will you take just 2 minutes today to try it? Stand up, find a quiet space, take your stance, and just let your body remind you of the strength that has always been there. You're not done. You are just getting started.